As I'm going into another year of life, you know what I'm saying, wiser, I'm definitely seeing things different than how I used to see them. And I just wanted to speak on it and share, because a lot of y'all need insight just like I do and probably felt similar too. But, around this time last year, around my birthday, it was good for me, but it was wild for me too because I felt like something wasn't all the way connecting with my energy. I'm big on energy. And I wasn't feeling like myself and I couldn't figure out why. So what I did was I stepped back from everything I was doing, everything I had going on, because somewhere in the middle of it, I just felt lost. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know how I got there. And I've been meditating since I was 17 years old, and that helps with like anxiety, depression, all them things, all those things that I felt in my life, but it wasn't doing it all the way for this. So I knew that this required some special attention. So what I did was I started therapy. You know what I'm saying? I got a good therapist. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed enough to talk to some super spiritual people, and they made me realize one thing that I was missing in my life, and one thing I was missing was clarity. You know what I'm saying? I needed clarity, and clarity about who was around me, what I was doing. Even the music, which is like my happiness, my joy, that was always an escape for me, was starting to feel like a burden. It was starting to feel like a job. The relationships around me, people I was growing up with, I had like a lot of toxic relationships around me. Even the relationship with my mom was like getting to a point where we wasn't talking like that. And it was just weird, because that had never been like that with me and her. So I realized that it all started with me and I had to analyze myself. I couldn't point the finger at anybody else. I had to point it at myself and, nurture those relationships that were important to me, but most importantly, nurture the relationship with myself. I started realizing that, you can't give or depend on somebody for love or a good time and all that if you can't give it to yourself, dog, right? So, I started doing things by myself or just doing things I never thought I'd do, like going skydiving, just whatever I thought was fun, just doing it, right? And in the midst of that, I definitely rediscovered myself and, found a whole new energy and me being the source of it, not somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And then I started getting back to making the music and it started being fun again. And I'm making the best music of my life. You know what I'm saying? I started nurturing those relationships that were important to me and putting that time into that unconditional love. That conditional love is cool. That money, that instant gratification, but your foundation, what you stand on, when everything else goes, is that unconditional love. So, hey man, put the energy back into yourself. Be clear about what you want to do, who you want to do it with, and just know that it all translates to happiness. And it feels good to be back at a higher level.